Do an intro.
Yep, I already did the intro.
Oh.
We're good. How is everyone?
Hey, good afternoon. We're back here again for game number, what number are we on? 15, 16, 17, 18, 17, 16. I don't know, Steve Stricker with Libby Wujcik.
There we go. Game 16.
Game 16, and it's going to be Fairfield Gold and North Judson battling for an opportunity to make it back. The winner of this game will actually still have another one. They'll have to turn right back around and play again, and they're going to be playing Plymouth, who just got defeated by Fairfield Blue. So whether Fairfield Gold or North Judson advance here, they're going to have to win 2 more games to get to Monday's championship game. Plymouth awaits the winner of this one. So it's going to be Fairfield Gold, the visitors. It's going to be Stoltzfus leading off, playing center field. Miller batting second, playing shortstop. Yoder batting third, playing second. Keegan Miller batting fourth and pitching. Donovan Mast batting fifth and catching. Hunter Kaufman batting sixth, extra hitter. Braden Kirkendorfer playing right, batting seventh. Grady Garber batting eighth, playing left. Matthew Sen batting ninth, playing third. Braden Clark, extra hitter. Braxton Abbs is the first baseman, and Ricky Marin is your extra hitter. For North Judson, playing their third game of the tournament, they're 2-1. Quinn Bales will lead off, and he's also pitching. Dylan Stewart is the second baseman, batting second. Troy Trippenfeldus is the first baseman, batting third. Connor Benson, the shortstop, batting fourth. Noah Radke, the right fielder, batting fifth. Damian Frazier, the catcher, batting sixth. McDaniel, the center fielder, batting seventh. Tyler Fox, the third baseman, batting eighth. And Owen Tim, the left fielder, batting ninth for Judson. Fairfield is 3-1 here on the tournament. The Fairfield blue team just defeated Plymouth by a score of 10-5 right before this game, and they're going to be playing in tomorrow night's championship game out of the winner's bracket. And Libby, we talked about with Matt and I, we were just very impressed. This whole Fairfield program, I mean, they've got 2 teams down here into the final day, and a chance to possibly put both of the teams into the championship. What a great job by Fairfield.
Yeah, actually I used to go to Fairfield.
Did you?
Yeah, in 7th grade I went to Fairfield.
Really?
So yeah, I remember one girl specifically, she did softball, DJ Martz, and she absolutely would kill it, you know, just in everything sports-wise that she did. But the dedication that those kids had to their sports, now I was only there for a few months, but every single sporting event that happened I was at, because that was their thing. So
yeah.
It doesn't surprise me in a way, but also I'm like, awesome, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. All right, so we're getting set to go here. It's going to be Garrett Stoltzfus getting things started here for Fairfield, with Bales on the mound for North Judson. Takes ball 1 low and outside. They did water the field down in between the games. It's been very dry here in Fulton County over the last, I don't know, when's the last time it rained? About 3 weeks ago, seems
Yeah.
like.
My grass is getting a little crunchy.
Yeah, I haven't mowed for 3 weeks. I live on a sand hill, and when it dries out, it just dies quick. Stoltzfus swings and misses for strike 1, so 2-1 here. We're just getting started from Rochester Youth League Field. We're down in the losers bracket. The winner of this game will play right after this, strike 2, 2-2. Play right after this. Plymouth is going to have to come back and play again here. They just got done. So we're going to have two teams that are battling it out. And there's a shot going to go foul out of play off of the first base line.
You got to give credit to these kids that play, you know, these back-to-back games or even games early in the morning. They come back for another one. Just the sportsmanship in the hot sun, and, you know, it hasn't rained.
Yeah.
So clearly it's like outside. I don't know. You gotta be proud of your boys.
There's a shot down towards second, and it's going to go through the legs for an error. And Stoltzfus is going to reach for the leadoff. And Fairfield Gold has one on.
Wouldn't it?
I mean, check. I don't. High school, no, but I don't know. I don't think so. But
All right, so the shortstop Miller up with one on.
did the coach say something? Yeah. The coach said something. Yep. But keep playing. We'll find out.
Nobody out here in the top of the first. Eli Miller, the batter, with Stoltzfus on first. Miller takes ball one outside. Yeah, I think they said that the heat index is pushing 96. Is that what they said a little bit ago? So very hot day. Both these teams already played once today. And if they want to make it to the championship, they're going to have to win 2 more games here yet this afternoon. Miller takes ball 2. Miller sends one. That's going to go foul out of play. 4 strike 1. So 2-1 count to Miller. Big swing and a miss on an inside fastball. Miller evens the count with 2-2. Nice pitch that time by Bales, painted that inside corner. That one's down in the dirt. Count's going to go full, 3-2 now. Still no outs here in the top of the first. Payoff pitch from Bales. Takes something off of that one. Miller fouls it off, keeps his at-bat going. So payoff pitch once again from Bales. Misses down low in the dirt, so Miller takes the walk. And we have 2 on for Bruce Yoder, the second baseman. Miller showing bunt, or Yoder showing bunt. He lays down a beautiful bunt right in front of the base. They're going to get the out, but the runners advance on the sack bunt by Yoder. So Stoltzfus moves to third, Miller on second. That's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, the pitcher, number 00, Keegan Miller. Ball 1 in the dirt from Bales. There's a shot to short. Nice job there at short. Holds the runners. They're going to make a play at home, and he is safe Stoltzfus gets the first run across. Miller was out with the play from Benson at short. But Stoltzfus gets Fairfield Gold on the board. That'll bring up Donovan Mast, the catcher, with one on. Miller's at third for Fairfield. Stands back in the batter's box. Ball one from Bales, low and outside. Two out, one on here for Mast. Bales misses on the outside for ball two. Two-0 pitch here to Mast. Misses on the inside. And the ball gets away from the catcher, and the run is going to score from third. So Miller gives Fairfield their second run here of the inning. So now the bases are empty for Mast with a 2-0 count. 2 out down, 2 out in the top of the first. That one's right across the middle of the plate for strike one. 2-1 now to Mast. Bales delivers strike two, brings the count to a full count. 3-2 with 2 outs here, so the payoff pitch coming up for Bales. Misses high, walks Mast. So the inning will continue here with Hunter Kaufman, number 27, the extra hitter for Fairfield. 2 outs here in the top of the first with 1 on. Batter's Kaufman. Bales misses. Mast's going to take second. That's the one thing that we've talked about with this Fairfield team, whether it's the blue or the gold. They run the bases very well, and they're very aggressive. Bales catches the bottom corner of the plate, gets strike one, evens it up at 1-1. Big swing and a miss there by Kaufman. Strike two. So the count goes to 1-2 now for Kaufman with 1 on and 2 outs here in the top of the first. Takes something off of it. Kaufman, a little blooper to second. Second baseman gets it and gets it over in time for the third out. The 4-3 put out ends the inning, but Fairfield scores 2. And we're going to go to the bottom half of the first. Fairfield leading 2-0. For Judson, it's going to be Bales, Stewart, and Trippenfeldus. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching RTC4.com's coverage of the 12U semi-states here in Rochester.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This broadcast
All right, so North Judson's getting ready to come to the plate here for the bottom half of the first. It's going to be the pitcher, Quinn Bales, leading off for the Blue Jays. They're trailing Fairfield Gold 2-0 after a half inning. Good aggressive base running there by the Gold team. Plated them 2 runs in the top half of the first. So Judson's going to have to come from behind here. See what they can do with Bales, Stewart, and Trippenfeldus, the 3 due up for the Blue Jays. On the mound for Fairfield Gold is 00 Keegan Miller. All right, so first up is number 17, Quinn Bales here for the Blue Jays. Right-handed batter steps into the box against Miller. Takes ball 1 just outside. Left-handed throwing Miller against the right-handed batting Bales. Miller gets the strike across, evens the count at 1-1 to Bales. Swing and a miss on an outside fastball. Strike 2, count goes to 1-2 now for Bales. That one's low in the dirt, ball 2. There's a shot foul over the top, and that's going to stay 2-2. There's a shot down second base. Nice play by the second baseman. Gets it over to first in time for the out. Bales retired on the 4-3 putout. It's going to bring up Dylan Stewart, the second baseman, with 1 down here in the bottom half of the first. A great play over there by Bruce Yoder at second for Fairfield. We've seen some issues with the hop. It hits that grass area right between the grass and the dirt. And we've seen some players take some hard shots on the hop. And Yoder did a good job, played that hop, and got it over there in time to get the out. Stewart takes strike 1, so count 2-1 now to Stewart. Forgot to cross my T, looked like a D almost. This is on the outside corner, ball 3. Gets that one right across the middle of the plate. Count goes full at 3-2 to Stewart. So the payoff pitch for Miller. Shot right back to Miller, can't get it. Goes over to Short. Short gets it to first in time. Another great defensive effort there by the shortstop to get the put out on Stewart. So that's going to bring up Troy Trippenfeldus, big right-handed batter here for the Judson Blue Jays with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Miller misses low. Back-to-back nice plays there by the fielders. First it was the second baseman Yoder, and then the shortstop Miller. Little blooper to third. Not going to make it there in time, I don't think, and Trippenfeldus beats that throw by a hair. So good effort there by Troy Trippenfeldis to get on. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, Connor Benson, for North Judson. That was a close play, another good play. We're just working around the infield here with Fairfield. Ball gets by the catcher, and Trippenfeldis moves over to second. Miller misses low on that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. And misses outside on that one for 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. 1 runner on second base for North Judson. Shortstop Benson at the plate. Sends one to third base. Just off the mitt. And Trippenfeldis is able to advance. They're going to throw to second, and the runner, Trippenfeldis, is going to go home. So good base running there by Trippenfeldis. He got on with a hustle play, made it over to second on a steal, and then that was a gutsy play to run over to third with the ball being fielded by the third baseman, but with 2 outs, you can make that play. So he gets 1 run in. Benson ends up at third, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Noah Radke, for North Judson. Sends one right back up the middle. Shortstop, field it. Bad throw. Benson's going to score to even things up at 2. And Radke's going to be safe at first with the throwing error. So Judson doing some damage with 2 outs. Trippenfeldis got on and scored. Benson got on and scored. Now Radke's on. And it brings up the catcher, number 24, Damian Frazier. Has to take his gear off there. I think with 2 outs, he kind of was holding off. So the left-handed hitting Frazier steps into the box. And just like that, we've got a new ball game, 2-2. Gets the call in the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Frazier. This is just inside, even the count at 2-2. This is down low. Brings the count full, 3-2. And Frazier takes the walk. So Fairfield having a hard time getting that third out. And that's going to bring up McDaniel. McDaniel sends it to short. They're going to scoop it to second for the third out of the inning. And that's going to do it. Judson gets 2 runs back, ties it up with a 2-run bottom half of the first, so it's 2-2 after 1. For Fairfield, it's going to be Kirkendorfer, Garber, and Sin when we come back. We'll be back on RTC4.com in just a few moments.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This broadcast is brought.
All right, welcome back. We're getting set to go. Top of the second. North Judson had a big first inning, tied it back up with 2 outs. They got Trippenfeldis on, and he went around to score. Benson scored, and it was good hits by Radke and Benson that pushed them around. So Judson able to tie things up at 2. So Fairfield going to look to get back ahead here in the top half of the second. It's going to be Braden Kirkendorfer, the right fielder, up first here for the Gold team. Bales remains on the mound here for North Judson for the second inning. You know you got a long name when they have to make an arc on the back of your shirt. They can't just run it straight across. So Kirkendorfer up first here for Fairfield.
Hey, look at that.
A little blooper off of the mound, or off the plate, and a good play there by Bales. 1 pitch, 1 out with the 1-3 put out of Kirkendorfer. Going to bring up the left fielder, Grady Garber. Left-handed batting Garber steps into the box with 1 out. Bales misses outside for ball 1. Swing and a miss by Garber for strike 1. Evens the count all up at 1-1. 1 out here in the top of the second for Fairfield. Bales misses low on that one, ball 2. Two 1 pitch. Oh, a swing and a miss. That was way outside. Garber went fishing. And no luck, evens the count up at 2-2. And he stays alive with the foul ball. Garber stands in, 2-2 now the count. Bales misses low and inside. Full count now here to Grady Garber. Payoff pitch coming up from Bales. And he misses in the dirt. Garber's going to take the walk. That will bring up the third baseman, number 6, Matthew Sin, for Fairfield with 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the second. Shot foul off the backstop, and it's going to be strike 1 on Sin.
50-50 will be starting up. Six tickets is $5, 1 ticket is $1. Josh will be coming around. Thank you.
In impressive thing about this Fairfield Gold team to me in this week, they've won 3 games. The only loss they've had has come to their Fairfield Blue team. And like we talked about in the pregame, Fairfield doing very well, sending 2 teams to the semi-states, but also both teams are competing into the final day. So great job by Fairfield. Got to give them props for that. Sin looks at a ball 3 low, so 3-1 to Sin. Garber on second with 1 out here in the top of the second. Swing and a miss on an inside fastball to Sin. Makes it a full count, 3-2. Sin stays alive, gets that one foul. That might have rattled his hands a little bit there. It sounded like shaking his hands. Might have hit off the skinny part of the bat. So one thing about those aluminum bats, they you hit them in the wrong spot and you're going to feel it all the way through. And Sin takes the walk. And the pass ball, Garber's going to take third. So Fairfield with some heads up base running here has runners at the corner, and that's going to bring up the extra hitter, Braden Clark. And Judson's looking here. They may change the pitchers out. See what Coach Bales decides. Score is tied at 2 here in the top of the second, but Fairfield with runners on second and third with 1 out. And we're going to have a pitch and change here for North Judson. So we'll take a break while Tanner Trippenfeldis gets ready. We'll be back in a moment on RTC4.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank, online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This
All right, so Troy Trippenfeldis getting set to go here. Pitch and change for North Judson with only 1 out in the top of the second. 2 runners on for Fairfield. So Quinn Bales made it through an inning and a third for North Judson. Batter Clark takes a big swing on strike 1, 0-1 the count. Misses on the outside corner for ball 1. Gets a hold of that one. It's going to go just foul off the first base line. So 1-2 now here to Clark with 1 out. Runners on second and third for Fairfield. foul tip, so Clark stays alive. Clark steps back into the box for Fairfield. Swing and a miss, and that's going to go out to right, and a good play there out in right field. Right fielder hangs on to it, and the runner is going to score, Garber, and that's going to put Fairfield back up by 1. That's a great catch out there in right, but he just kind of hung on to it there for a while. It's going to bring up number 44, Braxton Abbs. Sin moves over to third on that, so 1 on with 2 outs here in the top of the second for Abbs. Takes ball 1 low and outside. Abbs takes ball 2 from Trippin Feldis. There's a foul. Good hustle down to first there by Abbs. Waiting on the call to go foul. So count now 2-1 with 2 outs. Runner on third for Fairfield. Braxton Abbs, the batter for Fairfield. Swing and a miss, goes off the fence for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the second. Takes ball 3 high and inside. Full count now for Abbs. And Abbs is going to walk. Putting runners on the corner for number 81, Ricky Marin. With 2 outs here in the top of the second, Fairfield threatening again. Runners on first and third. Trippin Feldis misses on ball 1 low. Just low on that one for ball 2. Trippin Feldis struggling a little here to find the strike zone. That's 3-0 now to Marin. Swing and a miss. Might have been foul tipped, but that's going to be strike 1 no matter what. That's strike 2, evens the count at 2-2. And Marin stays alive, fouls it off the back fence. So once again, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second for Ricky Marin, the extra hitter for Fairfield. And he's going to send that one just foul right over the first base line. So we're going to do the 2-2 once again. 2-2 gets the strikeout, and that's going to retire the side. So Marion goes down swinging. After 1.5, Fairfield regains the lead 3-2 over North Judson. Coming back here in the bottom of the second, it's going to be Fox, Tim, and Bales up for the Blue Jays. We'll take a break, come back with more action here from Rochester on RTC4.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This broadcast is brought to you.
All right, we're back here at the 12U semi-state town and country tournament.
Game number, what are we?
16.
16 of our 12U coverage.
Game number 16.
And we're going to have one more, so 17 will be through today.
Oh, I think there's a few more tonight.
No, just one more.
Oh.
The winner here takes on Plymouth.
Yes.
And then the winner of that game moves to the championship tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah,
so
my bad. Every time I look at the schedule, this is my first game this week because I've been filming Fair. But every time I look at the schedule, I'm like, all it is baseball. And I'm like, where's my name?
Yeah, we were figuring out. Matt Freeman came in and did games with me this week.
Yeah.
And he did a tremendous job. But we did 2 on Wednesday, 2 on Friday. We did 3 on Saturday. And then this is my 3rd today. So 10. So I'll have 11 games in.
Oh, my goodness.
Today, and then I'm going to do the game tomorrow. So
You're probably making more than I am. I'm just kidding.
Well, it'll be.
We're all working hard this week. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
Stuff out at the fair is time consuming, but it is so much fun. I got to say yeehaw. You guys got to sit here and say the same things over and over again.
Did that butterfly just scare you?
Yeah, I don't like butterflies or moths.
So fair all wrapped up over there?
Yeah, last night was the demo derby where the cars smash into each other. So that was the last thing we had to do.
So, yeah, just as Fulton County gets wrapped up, I've been making several trips up to Argus for the Marshall County Fair, taking animals over.
What are you guys taking?
Oh, my gosh.
Everything, pretty much?
Yeah. Fox up to bat here to start it off. My middle daughter is a 10-year member. She's just got 2 hogs.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
They're doing the thing, actually, probably as we speak, for 10-year members.
Oh, I'm sorry you have to miss that.
Well, she didn't even fill her poster out, so I don't really think it's a big deal for her, so I'm not too worried about it. So 1-1 here to Fox. But my youngest daughter, who's 11, has 2 hogs, 2 chickens, and 8 goats.
Wow.
So
she's gonna
tomorrow
dominate.
and Tuesday are going to be big days for shows.
Dairy or boar or pygmy? Which ones is she taking?
She has some of both.
Oh,
she has
wow.
some dairy. She has a mother-daughter thing with the dairy. And Scott's texting me. He's done 22 games. So.
All right,
Scott, you trumped me.
All right.
And there is strike 3 on Fox. He goes down looking. So 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Owen Tim going to be up to bat for North Judson. Well, at least we know Scott's listening.
Now we know what to say and what not to say.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. This coming week is the week that we have to make sure all these videos go out that we've been filming. You can film all week long, but if the video isn't produced,
yeah,
It's
So-
why they go out there for a full week, you know?
So that'll turn over to you in,
That's the pressure.
in the office there.
Yeah, in Dakota. I'm going to make him do everything. It's easier that way.
Tim takes strike one, so 2-1 the count now with one out here in the bottom half of the second. Miller still the pitcher for Fairfield. This is, so Tim with a 3-1 count here.
When will our off-season stuff start for baseball, meetings-wise? Getting stuff developed.
And that's going to be ball 4, so Tim takes the walk. So Judson gets a runner on for the leadoff hitter, Quinn Bales. Bales grounded out to second in the first inning. Right-handed hitting batter against the left-handed hitting pitching Miller, and Bales swings and misses for strike one. Misses down low and outside for ball one. There's a shot to short, and that's trouble. There's that hop I told you about. And then the center fielder misses it too. And Tim gets around to third. Bales is going to be at second with a stand-up double on the error. Probably an error on 6 and on 8, I would say. And Judson in business here with one out. Runners on second and third. And that's going to bring up number 55, Stewart. Stewart grounded out to the shortstop, his first time up. Miller misses just outside on that one. Judson down 3-2 in the bottom of the second, but they've got some things going here with one out. Runners on second and third. Miller misses again on the outside, 2-0. Gets that one for strike one. I guess it's 3-1 now. Missed one of those. And he misses to load him up for Troy Trippenfeldis. Singled and then scored in the first. So they're going to talk to Miller a minute here on the mound. Kind of go through the strategy with only one out here in the bottom of the second. And big hit in Trippenfeldis up at the plate. Things could break open here for North Judson if they can get something big out of Trippenfeldis. So what's our next big project coming up? We're probably
School's starting.
going to be rolling into football, I guess, for too long, won't we?
Football, soccer.
Oh, I do have Saturday, and I don't know what we'll do live, but we're going to be working on a new crew up in Argus, and they have a soccer jamboree going on.
Ooh.
There's like 12 teams going to be participating on
Oh,
3
man.
fields, just playing soccer all day long, which is what they love to do in Argus.
Oh, yeah.
Trippenfeldis with a little blooper to first. They're going to go home, and a great play by Abs to save the run. What a heads-up play there by Abs at first. So second out. So Bales moves to third, Stewart to second, Trippenfeldis gets on first with the fielder's choice, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Benson. But what a great play at first base there by Abs. Gets the runner and saves the 3-2 lead for the moment for Fairfield. There's a shot. It's going to be over, and it's going to get down. One run's going to come across. Second run's going to be going to the plate. Miller cuts him off, and the play's off. So 2 runs across on that one. Miller rockets that one into the catcher from about 5 feet away. I think he about broke his hand. He's shaking his right hand. So 2 runs across. So Trippin Feltus on third. Benson with the big hit stands at second, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Noah Radke. And Judson has retaken the lead by a score of 4-3 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Great back and forth game here between Judson and Fairfield. Fairfield trying to find a way to get that 3rd out here in the bottom of the second. And Miller misses on one low and outside for ball 1 to Radke. Just outside again, and 2-0 now the count to Radke. And he gets him swinging and missing. Spun him right out of his shoes on that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Back up to second, and the second baseman misses that. 1 run across, second run across, and they've got him in a pickle, and they throw it to the center field, or to the second baseman backing up short. So Radke's in at second with some aggressive base running, and 2 more runs score for Judson. That's 4 runs across here in the bottom of the second. With 2 outs, Judson's taken a 6-3 lead here over Fairfield. That's going to bring up the catcher, Damian Frazier, who walked his first time up. Left-handed hitting Frazier. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Miller misses on that one outside for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike to Frazier. There's a shot. And that's out. Frazier jacks one out right field over the fence. 2-run home run for Damian Frazier. And Judson has broken this one open, now leading 8-3. 6 runs across here in the inning. Frazier got a hold of that one, sends it out over the VFW sign in right field. And that's probably going to be it for Miller. No, they're going to leave him out there. Yeah, they've been out twice. Yeah. Well, he's staying out there. It's going to bring up McDaniel here. McDaniel sends one, shortstop, makes the play. Over to first in time for the out, but the damage is done. 6 runs for North Judson with 1 big hit by Frazier, the 2-run home run. And the final out on the 6-3 to McDaniel. So Fairfield's going to have to work from behind now for the first time as they go into the top of the 3rd with the Judson lead 8-3. And we're going to be back up to the top for Fairfield. It's going to be Stoltz, Foose, Miller, and Yoder. We're going to take a break, come back with more action here from Rochester on the 12U Semi-States. You're watching RTC4.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo, Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This broadcast is
Yeah, TJ, 2 per batter, 3 per inning. I'm going to take this home and digest it.
All right, welcome back. We're getting set to go. It's going to be Troy Trippenfeldis on the mound for the start of the top of the third for North Judson, as Fairfield has moved back to the top of the lineup here. Garrett Stoltzfus is going to lead off, followed by Eli Miller and Bruce Yoder. And Fairfield, for the first time, is going to be working from behind after a 6-run second by North Judson. Puts them ahead by a count of 8-3.
Yeah, is she under the age of 21? She'll have to die. No, I'm just joking.
All right, so Trippenfeldis delivers to Stoltzfus, misses on that one outside.
Good job, Damien.
And that one goes foul, out of play. So 1 ball and 1 strike here to Stoltzfus. Trippenfeldis misses high on that one, 2-1. There's a shot. Foul, so it's going to be 2-2. So this Fairfield Gold team defeated Rochester at 9 o'clock this morning. North Judson played West Central at 11. So both these teams in their second game. The winner of this game is going to have to turn right back around and play at 5:30 versus Plymouth. The winner of that one will move on to the championship coming out of the losers bracket. They're going to take on Fairfield Blue. There's a blooper to the pitcher, back over to first, and the out for North Judson. So Stoltzfus in the 1-3 put out. Bringing up Eli Miller, the shortstop. Miller walked and then scored in the first for Fairfield. Trippenfeldis misses outside for ball 1. There's a foul back over the score box, out of play. It's hot enough in here, I think I'm going to run after the next foul ball so I can get me a free slush. If it's hot in here, I can only imagine what it's like out there. We've got air conditioner, and I've got a fan right here on me. These boys are playing their second game of the day. I guess that's what, when you're young, you can do that kind of thing. So 2-1 the count now to Miller. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Looked like Trippenfeldis took a little off of that one, and Miller was a little ahead of it. Gets that one. Golf shot makes the gap between short and third. And Miller's going to reach on first with the single. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Bruce Yoder. He had a sac bunt in the first. Scored the first run of the game, Stoltzfus. There's a shot to, ooh, did that hit the batter or the runner? No. Almost hit the runner there on Miller running from first to second. So Yoder reaches, moves Miller over to second. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Keegan Miller. So Fairfield has something cooking here in the top of the third. Miller with a big swing and a miss. Eli Miller on second got a huge lead over there. Judson sniffed it out. They were looking to throw that down. Trippenfeldis misses Miller once again. Fairfield's trying to get a throw down there so they can make Judson make a mistake. We've seen both Fairfield teams be very aggressive on the bases. You make a mistake in a throw, and they're going to make you pay for it. So Trippenfeldis misses on that one, ball outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a shot to center, and the center field under it. Runners are tagging, and the play by Benson. And then he tries to throw home, and another aggressive move there by Miller. He gets home, and Yoder gets over to third. So Miller pop fly out to center is out for the second out, but Eli Miller scores, and Yoder, once again on the aggressive base running, gets over to third. That's going to bring up the catcher, Donovan Mast, with a runner on third and 2 outs.
Does that run not count?
Should have.
Is it for,
Yeah.
I mean, it's 4 to 8. Whichever one has 3. There you go.
So Fairfield gets 1 back, cuts the lead to 4. And Yoder on third, he's going to be very aggressive with 2 outs. 1 ball, no strike to Mast. Misses low. Or no, he got the strike call. Okay. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Mast. Shot foul, and that one's going way back, almost to the road, off of the first base side. Makes the count 1 and 2 to Mast. All right, waiting for some balls. There we go. So 1-2 here to Mast. There's a shot right up the middle, and Benson can't get it, and that's going to score 1. Mast is going to round first and hold, making the score 8-5. Mast with the RBI single. They're going to give an error to the shortstop on that one. That's going to bring up Hunter Kaufman with 1 on, 2 out. Trippenfeldus misses on the outside corner. Fouls that one back to the fence for strike 1.
I think that butterfly's trying to attack our camera. At one point, I saw it fly past. Those things are evil. It's a fact. Those and moths. Moths will chew your clothes up.
Well, if it lands on the end of the camera there, we'll know for sure. So the 2-1 here to Kaufman. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mast on first. 2 across here in the inning for Fairfield. Swing and a miss, and Trippenfeldus took some off of that and got the strikeout. So Fairfield goes down, but not before they get 2 runs back. After 2.5, it's North Judson 8, Fairfield 5. We're going to take a break. Coming up here in the bottom of the 3rd for North Judson, it's going to be leadoff hitter Quinn Bales, Stewart, and Trippenfeldus. We'll take a break and be back here in a moment on RTC4.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This broadcast.
All right, welcome back here as we move down into the bottom of the 3rd. North Judson at the plate. It's going to be tied. All right, it's going to be Tyler Fox. I had him back to the top. I had, they got Tim. Maybe, no, never mind. Yeah. Fox and Tim started the last inning. That's why I didn't mark the same thing. My bad. All right, I forgot to mark my end point from the 2nd inning, and it threw me off. I thought we were back at the top. So Fox with an 0-2 count. And he sends one out into right center, and that one's going to be a great catch there by the right fielder for Fairfield. And that's Kirkendorfer out there in right with a beautiful catch. So the first out of the inning, that's going to bring up the left fielder Owen Tim here for North Judson. Little blooper down the first base line, a good play and an out. Miller fielding his position, gets the out, so the 1-3 put out, gets Tim out, and that's going to bring us back to the top with Quinn Bales. Yeah, Judson batted around in the 2nd, and I forgot to mark where they started, and it was actually Fox who started the inning, and it made me think they were at the top, so anyway.
You have daughters, so you just have to listen to Hannah Montana. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days.
I didn't hear that. I try to block out the Hannah Montana days. Those were bleak days in our house.
Bleak. Oh goodness.
Best thing that we did about 5 years ago, we killed the cable.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. Believe it or not, my youngest daughter watches the Antenna TV 16.2.
Yeah.
She loves the old shows, Bewitched
Yes.
and I Dream of Jeannie and Green Acres, all those old shows. She loves them.
That's great. I think that's one of the best things about growing up on like a farm is antenna TV, because I don't think I'd appreciate television if I didn't,
Yeah.
grow up with that stuff.
So Bales takes the walk. So with 2 outs, Stewart is up. Singled and scored in the second, grounded out to short in the first. Miller misses on that one outside, ball 2. Keegan Miller's gone the whole way here for Fairfield. Got into a jam in the second with 6 runs scoring, but did fairly well in the first and looks to get out of this inning clean if he can get the 3rd out. And he gets strike 1, 3-1 now to Stewart. Big right-handed hitter in the box. Stewart looking for a good one here with a 3-1 count, and Miller misses. So Stewart gets the walk. And it's going to bring up Trippin Feldis, and that's probably going to be it here for Miller. Yep, we're going to have a pitch and change. They're going to bring in the center fielder. And that's going to be
17.
Stoltzfus. Yep, Garrett Stoltzfus. So Miller makes it through 3 2/3 innings. 2 2/3, yes. It's the 3rd inning, so 2 2/3 innings. So Stoltzfus is going to come in with 2 outs here in the 3rd. Fairfield coach, they've got some blue rags over there, probably dipped in ice water, I would assume. And these kids are, like we said, playing their second of the day. Very hot out there, very dry, very dusty, and these kids are battling.
There's a kid drinking straight out of the out of the cooler.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to stay hydrated on a day like this, and whoever wins this one has got to turn right back around and play again against the Plymouth team.
You have to wonder sometimes with that stuff, are they gonna if that team loses a second game, why is it? Because of sportsmanship? Is it because they're tired?
Yeah.
Always kind of like
Well, and a lot at this level is how many pitchers do you have left? When you get this deep into the tournament,
True.
You're limited on how many innings they can pitch, and so the teams obviously with the better pitching are going to move on. But it's a game of attrition. Once you get into that losers bracket early, you got to win a lot of games to get back out. Like Plymouth, they didn't lose until just the semifinal round, so then they've got 1 game in the losers bracket to possibly get back out, to whereas this Fairfield team that lost on Friday, has had to really battle. They're in their 4th, 5th game of this tournament, and Judson's in their 4th.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah, that's. I mean, dedication to sport is everything.
yeah, and to get a 12-year-old to come out here on a day like today and play possibly three games, they've got to be really mentally aware and dedicated. There's a shot, tripping Feldis. That's gonna. Did he catch that? Wow, what a catch right there to get the third out. I couldn't see the shortstop was in the way when he made that play, but the catch out in center gets tripping Feldis, and that's going to retire the side. So, Stoltzfus comes in and throws what, one pitch? Gets that two pitches. Gets that third out. So, great third of an inning there, and no runs across for Judson. They leave 2 on base, and after 3, the score remains North Judson 8, Fairfield 5. And for Fairfield here in the top half of the fourth, it's going to be Kirkendorfer, Garber, and Sin. So we'll take a break, come back here with fourth inning action from Rochester in a moment. You're watching RTC4.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner and Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This broadcast.
All right.
So bottom of or top of the fourth, actually, Fairfield's going to be up. Kirkendorfer, the right fielder, grounded out to the pitcher his first time up in the second inning. Trippin Feldis is on the mound again. He came in the second inning with 1 out, so he's pitched an inning and 2/3. There's a shot just foul down the first base line by Kirkendorfer for strike 1. So the 0-1 here to Kirkendorfer. This is high on that one, ball 1. Fairfield's been pretty consistent. 2 runs in the first, 1 run in the second, and 2 runs in the third. Judson got most of their runs in the second inning with 6 coming across in the big inning there after they scored 2 in the first. There's a shot, and that's going to go foul out of play off of the right field line. So the count is 1-2 now to Braden Kirkendorfer for Fairfield. Good job there, Kirkendorfer holding off on that one low and outside. Takes ball 2. And that one's ball 3, so the count goes full, 3-2. Payoff pitch by Trippin Feldis, and that's going to be fouled ball. We're going to do it again. No outs here in the top of the 4th for Fairfield. There's a shot over second base that's going to go down into center. And Kirkendorfer is going to reach on a single to center to start off the inning. So your leadoff runner is on. It's going to bring up the left fielder, Grady Garber. Garber walked in the second and came around to score the only run of the second inning for Fairfield. Left-handed hitting Garber in the box. Trippenfeldus misses on ball 1 low. Kirkendorfer on first for Fairfield. No out here in the top of the 4th. This is high on that one, ball 2. High and inside for ball 3. So Trippenfeldus needs to find his strike zone here. He's going to have 2 on with no outs. 3-0 pitch. Misses on that one, so Garber walks. Kirkendorfer moves over to second. And they're going to talk it over. Frazier's going to go out. Coach Frazier's going to go out to the mound. And that might be all for Trippenfeldus. And they're going to go to the big gun. They're going to bring Benson in. Benson with 2 innings left. So we're going to take a break while Benson gets warmed up, ready to go. We've got 2 on, no outs. And Matthew Sin, the batter here for Fairfield, in the top half of the 4th.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This
All right, so Benson's going to come on in relief here in the top of the 4th with no outs. So Trippenfeldus made it through an inning and 2/3 for the Blue Jays. And a wild pitch moves the runners to second and third. So my understanding is Benson has 2 more innings left here for the weekend. So if Judson does advance and play Plymouth, he's not got any innings left to pitch. So they're going to have to find a different pitcher through the Plymouth game if they make it. Quinn Bales only has 1 left. Wow. And that is one of the disadvantages. You drop down into the losers bracket. You got to play more games to get to this point, and your pitching is limited as far as the innings they can throw. So that's the challenge of Town and Country baseball. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Count goes to 3-1. Scoreboard is off. There it comes. Yeah, our scoreboard's good, the scoreboard on the field. Libby doing a good job controlling the scoreboard for me.
Oh, thanks.
And Sin walks. And that's going to load the bases for Clark. Clark walked his first time up and ended up at third in the second inning. So,
Oh, my goodness.
Did that hit him?
Yeah, it did in the back of the head.
So run's going to come in on the hit by pitch. And Clark takes first. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Braxton Abbs, with the bases loaded and no outs here in the top of the fourth. Judson still leads, but the lead has dwindled to 8-6. There's a shot, Abbs, and that's going to droop foul off of the first base line. Made solid contact. It just had a weird spin on it as it come off of the bat. Abbs made a great play at first base in the second or third inning. I don't remember exactly which, to save a run with the bases loaded. Might have been the first inning even. So 2 strikes now to Abbs. Oh, Benson takes something off there and he gets Abbs looking on the changeup. That's going to bring up the extra hitter Ricky Marin with the bases loaded and 1 out now here for the Blue Jays. Swing and a miss on an outside fastball down low. If you're at home and you're hungry for a cheeseburger, come on out. They got new batch just off the grill. So 0-2 the count now here to Marin. And that's a little blooper. Ooh. It is. Okay. Okay. So that's foul ball. If it hits and he catches it before it goes foul? That's where it is when he touches it? All right,
I swear
so
the rules for these games change every game. But, you know, I haven't been out here all week. I can't complain.
So the count goes even at 2-2 with the bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the fourth. And there's a shot right to first. 1 run's going to come across. And it's going to be a sacrifice for Marin. So Marin gets out unassisted. That brings in Garber. And that moves the runners over to second and third, bringing up the top of the lineup with Stoltzfus. Single and scored in the first inning, grounded out to the pitcher in the third. Takes ball 1 outside with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. 2 runs across here for Fairfield. They've cut the lead to 1. There's a shot to short, and that's trouble for Trippenfeldus. And everybody's going to be safe. 1 run comes across. And Clark moves over to third. So we've got runners on the corner now for Eli Miller, with tie ball game with 2 outs. Miller walked and scored in the first. Had a single and scored in the third. Looks at ball 1. So 2 runs in the third, 3 runs now here in the fourth has tied things up after the big 6-run inning for North Judson in the second. Gave them a big 8-2 lead. I thought the runner was coming home at third. I looked down there and it was the coach. I saw out of the corner of my eye movement. Stoltzfus has moved over to second on the steal. And Benson in danger of loading the bases up here. 3-0 now to Eli Miller. Benson catches the inside corner for strike 1. And he catches him again right over the middle for strike 2. So counts full now at 3-2. With 2 outs here, see if Miller can stay alive or if Benson can get him. There's a shot to center. Center fielder's going back, and he makes the catch going back. What a play out there in center to end the inning. But the damage is done. 3-run score, 2 left on. And after 3.5, the score is all tied up at 8. When we come back here for the bottom of the fourth, it's going to be Benson, Radke, and Frazier for the Blue Jays. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching RTC4.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This broadcast is...
All right, welcome back here. We're all tied up at 8 after 3 runs come across in the top of the fourth for Fairfield. And they've slowly chipped away at the lead that North Judson established with a big second inning with 6 runs across. They had the 8-3 lead, but so far Fairfield has been able to hold Judson scoreless, and they've gotten 2 runs back in the third. They got 3 runs back there in the fourth to tie things up. So North Judson coming to bat here in the bottom half of the fourth with Connor Benson, Noah Radke, and Damian Frazier. So the heart of their lineup, 4, 5, and 6, up to bat. And let's see what North Judson can do. And it's going to be Stoltzfus on the mound. Came in with 2 outs in the bottom of the third and got that third out and retired the side. So he's pretty fresh. I think, what do you say he did? Threw 2 pitches? Something like that. Yeah, there's one kid that moved. I don't think they're going to send all their kids here.
What, Hannah's younger brother?
I think the younger brother graduated. All right, so Benson sends one foul. Count goes even at 1-1. Oh, a shot, and that takes a hop right there in the grass. We've talked about that lip. And Shortstop wasn't going to make a play on that one anyhow, and Benson gets on for the leadoff single. That was a hard hit ground ball by Benson. It's going to bring up Noah Radke. Radke with a swing and a miss on strike one. So Fairfield trying to get Judson out here in the bottom of the fourth after they've battled back from a 5-run deficit to tie things up. Just a little high, it looks like, there for ball 2. Count goes to 2-1 now on Radke. And misses on that one, so 3-1 now to Radke. Radke looks to be taken all the way. He's going to wait for something right down the heart of the plate if he's going to swing. And he does, and it's a 3-2 count now on the miss. There's a shot down to short, plays the hop, gets the shot out at second. And that was a great job by the shortstop right there. He played that ball. He backed up a half a step because he knew that hop was going to be funny. And he gets the leadoff runner out. And Radke's going to reach on the fielder's choice, bringing up Frazier with 1 out and 1 on for Judson. Stoltzfus misses on that one, so 2-0 is the count now. Swing and a miss by Frazier. 2-1. That's a big rip on that one by Frazier. And we know what Frazier can do. His last time up, he hit a 2-run shot over the right field fence. That was part of that big 6-run inning that Judson had in the second. So Frazier's going to get the walk, moving Radke over to second, bringing up McDaniel. Grounded out to short his last time up. Ooh, swing and a miss on a high inside pitch. Runners on first and second for Judson. There's a foul ball for strike 2. So McDaniel 0-2 behind. Stoltzfus almost hits McDaniel, but did a nice job at getting out of the way. So 1-2 is your count. Oh, Stoltzfus is down. Quick timeout. We'll take a break.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank, online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connect.
All right, Stoltzfus took a shot off the bat at McDaniel right there, and they're able to. He's able to walk off right there and work his way into the dugout. So I don't really know. I mean, everybody just stopped. So the bases are full. So we're going to have a pitch and change here. It's going to be 27 taking over. That's going to be Hunter Kaufman. So hopefully Stoltzfus is okay on that. That was a shot off of the bat of McDaniel. We'll just leave it here if you just want to mute it.
It's on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so a pitching change now here. It's going to be, who did we say that was? Kaufman
Yes.
for Fairfield with the bases loaded and one out. The batter's Tyler Fox. So everybody advances McDaniel, and hopefully Garrett Stoltzfus is okay. Took a hard shot on the line drive from McDaniel. Tough kid. I've done, gosh, I think 4 of their games. I want to say I've done 4 of the 5 games that Fairfield Gold has played this weekend, and just admire them. They're a younger squad. Of the 2 Fairfield teams, they're the younger squad, and then the Fairfield Blue is the older squad, and just a gutty team. Smart kids, you know, they all, you see that. You look at them right there, and I mean, everybody was moving on that play somewhere. They knew who's covering, who's backing up. Very, very well-coached team, and from what I've heard from everybody here, umpires and everybody talking, just the whole Fairfield program, very respectful, and you got to appreciate that. So
full count right now.
Yeah, 3-2 with 1 out. And there's a shot, almost a catch. And they got to play at second. 1 run's going to come across. And a nice effort there at first by Abs. And the second baseman able to come up and still get 1 out. So 1 run does score for Judson. They get the out on McDaniel. Fox is going to be safe at first. And then Frazier should be on third if my book is right. So that'll bring up Owen Tim with 2 outs and runners on the corner here for Judson. Yeah, I like that. That was a smart play by Kaufman. They were trying to bait him into throwing a second, so Frazier could go. And Kaufman faked the throw and made the runner stay at third. Strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike now here to Tim. I'd say it'd be a successful endeavor here if Kaufman can get this third out. Coming in with 1 out and the bases loaded. There's a shot to right. That's going to be out of play off of the right field line. So Tim goes to 1-2 now. Kaufman ahead and count. So runners at second and third. Takes that one high, evens the count up at 2-2. There's a shot, and Tim stays alive, fouls it off the fence.
Tried to get our camera.
We got one yesterday. It hit. It didn't hit the camera, but it hit close enough, and the camera just flipped back, so we had a nice shot of the sky until we got a chance to flip it back down. Strike 3 looking, and Kaufman gets him out of the inning. Tim goes down looking, and 1 run scores for Judson, but Kaufman comes in after that play with the hit to Stoltzfus with 1 out and the bases loaded, and Judson only gets 1 run across. So after 5, Judson regains the lead by a score of 9-8, and Fairfield's got 1 chance here. No, it's not after 5, after 4, sorry. Got a little ahead of myself. So we're gonna go into 5, they've already changed it. And it's gonna be Yoder, Miller, and Mast coming up here for Fairfield. They trail by 1, 9-8. We'll take a break and be back on RTC4.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here. We're going to start the 5th inning, and Benson is on the mound once again. This is going to be his last inning of eligibility to pitch for the tournament. So for Fairfield, starting off with Bruce Yoder, had a sac bunt in the first and a single and scored in the third. So we'll see what he can do here. The Judson team got 1 run back in the bottom of the 4th. to regain the lead by 1, 9-8. Fairfield's been pretty consistent with their scoring. They scored 2, then 1, then 2, then 3. So Judson has not been able to hold them off of the scoreboard for any one inning that they've played so far. So we'll see what Bruce Yoder can do, the second baseman, up to the plate here for the start of the 5th. High and inside for ball 1. Benson misses low and outside for ball 2. There's a dribbler down the line. That's going to go foul. Just outside of the first base line. Makes the count 2-1 now for Yoder. Mm-hmm. 2-1. Two balls, 2 strikes. So the 2-2 pitch coming up here to Yoder from Benson. There's a shot to second, and it's going to bounce off of the second baseman, and Yoder's going to reach on an error. So leadoff man aboard again here for Fairfield, and that's going to bring up a 0-0. Keegan Miller started off the game at pitcher for Fairfield. Made it through 2 2/3 inning before being replaced by Stoltzfus. Lays off on that one. So they're saying he missed it just a little high. Misses high again for 2-0. So Miller way ahead in the count here with no outs in the top of the 5th. And gets the strike call, a little late on the call right there, but hit the inside corner. Ooh. Wake, Josh. Shot back to the fence. 2 balls and 2 strikes now here to Miller. See if he can stay alive here versus Benson. Big right-handed throwing pitcher for North Judson. Ooh, he took something off of that one, but he misses just high. Benson's got a good changeup, but that one was kind of a telltale right there. He didn't really disguise it very well. Ooh, a little, they're going to try for 2, and they're going to say he's safe. That was a close call right there going into second. And they're going to say he is safe. So the second baseman flips it over to the shortstop, but not in time. And Yoder goes to second. Miller gets to first. And that's going to bring up Donovan Mast now with no outs. Benson is right there. He's not missing by much. 1 ball, no strikes here to Mast. This is on that one to the inside. 2-0 now the count. Runners on first and second for Fairfield with no outs. Top of the 5th. This is high on that one. So Benson struggling here to start off the 5th inning. Trying to find the strike zone here on the Fairfield batters. And he walks him, so the bases are loaded with no outs. And that's going to bring up Hunter Kaufman. Kaufman grounded out to second and struck out his 2 plate appearances. And that might be it for Benson. I don't know if they're going to pull him out or not. This is his last inning of availability. You want to try and get him to get the side out, but struggling here, walks the bases loaded with no outs. And only with a 1-run lead right here for North Judson. So Fairfield threatening again here in the top of the 5th. Coach Frazier out talking with his team. And they're going to keep Benson. There's a shot down the short. Good play by Trippenfeldus. Gets the out. He tags the base with his glove. But 1 run's across, and that's going to tie the game up at 9 with runners on second and third and 1 out. It's going to bring up Braden Kirkendorfer. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. Single and scored in the 4th for Fairfield. Swing and a miss on a low outside pitch. So the 0-1 pitch here to Kirkendorfer. Changeup misses high for Benson. Swing and a miss. And the count goes to 1-2 now for Kirkendorfer. So if Benson can get this out, be a long way to getting out of this jam. Ooh, high and tight. Kirkendorfer, one of the smaller kids out here, and fortunately for him, he was able to duck under that one. I don't think I'd want to be hit by a pitch from Benson. He throws a hard ball. Another one high and inside. Ball gets away from the catcher, and the run's going to score. And Miller with the aggressive play. Benson takes a shot to the right leg on that slide by Miller. It was completely inadvertent, but good base running there by Keegan Miller. Gets the run in. Mast moves over to third on the play, and Benson is hurting. He's got a the only good thing about that is at this age the kids are wearing rubber, not metal. And the strikeout, Kirkendorfer goes down swinging, but the damage has been done with 1 run scoring. Fairfield comes back, takes the lead 10-9 now over Judson. It's going to bring up the left fielder Grady Garber. Garber has 2 walks on the day, left-handed hitting batter here for Fairfield. Swing and a miss, might have foul tipped that. Strike 1. So 2 runs in here with for Fairfield. They had the bases loaded with no outs. And the ball gets away from the catcher, and wisely the runner stays at third right there. Good play there by Frazier at the catcher spot. Get back on top of that ball quickly and save that run. High changeup. Misses on that one, high, so ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Garber. Strike 2. Evens the count at 2-2. I tell you what, Libby, I've been here long enough and these names with these kids, and it just feels like I know them. It's like hard to believe
you're
this.
like their uncle that comes and visits from Florida.
And Fox is going to get that one at third for the 3rd out. Pop fly to 5, and that's going to retire the side, but the damage is done. 2 runs across, and Fairfield retakes the lead 10-9. So after 4.5, we'll move back here. Let's see, Tim was my last batter for Judson, so we're going to be back at the top. It's going to be Bales, Stewart, and Trippenfeldus for Judson. As we go into the bottom half of the 5th, we'll take a break, be back here with more action from Rochester on rtc4.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
They should, but they won't. All right, welcome back here. Bottom half of the 5th inning. Judson trailing by 1. And it's going to be the leadoff hitter, Quinn Bales, up to bat for North Judson. And looks like Herkendorfer remains on, or Kaufman, sorry. Kaufman remains on the mound for Fairfield. I'm starting to get to the point where I can recognize these kids by their faces and not have to look at their numbers.
Yeah, you're the you're the creepy
I'm
uncle.
the creepy uncle.
You were the cool uncle from Florida that comes
Yeah.
up every once in a while, but now you just
Well, I've been here since Wednesday calling this 12U, and it just seems like, you know, like I said, this is, I think, my 4th game calling this Fairfield team, so getting to know them pretty well. Bales, wow, big swing and a miss. And Kaufman gets one past him. The one thing that threw me off the last game I called for them,
ooh, there we go.
and a little dribbler to short, play over to first, not in time. Nice play by Mass to get that one over, but just a little bit late, so the leadoff hitter Bales is on. I came in running a little bit late yesterday, and I saw this team, and they were wearing blue, and so I assumed it was Fairfield blue.
Yeah.
And about halfway through the first, they told me, no, this is a Fairfield gold.
Over 2 hours now, Blue. This is on you.
Ball goes foul, evens the count up at 1-1 to Dylan Stewart. So Stewart, let's see, grounded out to short in the first. He had a single and scored in the second and walked in the third. And Bale started to go for third, but good job by Miller there behind the plate. And Bales goes back over to second. 3-hour game, all right. Let's do it. Still have one more to go. And whoever wins this one.
I just hope the concession stand has some burgers ready, because between games.
They did earlier.
Yeah.
There's a swing and a miss off of tip ball there and went off of the chest of Miller. So the count goes full now for Stewart. Yeah, the winner of this one's going to have to turn right back around and take on a Plymouth team that's going to be angry.
Ooh.
Nice play off the hop. Holds the runner at second.
He's out.
And gets the play over to first. So great job there at third. Holding the runner and then getting the out. It's going to bring up Troy Trippenfeldus with one out, one on here in the bottom of the fifth. Ooh, inside pitch.
Almost hit him.
So Bales on second. One out, one ball, no strike to Trippenfeldus. Inside, well, he is pitching him tight. Kaufman doesn't want to give him anything easy. There's a shot across the plate, and Trippenfeldus swings and misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. Miller's kind of, yeah, I think he caught that one wrong maybe. A little stinger on his thumb, it looks like. So he walks the ball out to Kaufman to try and get a second for his hand to come back. Shot, pop fly, that's playable. And a good job by Miller, and he gets underneath it for the out. So just like that, we have 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Benson with 1 runner on. I don't know, I might just put him on. Yeah, with Radke up, I mean, you got the base open at first. I might just put him on, but and that one's going to go foul just out of the field there off the left. Yeah. Can you just do like you got a pitch to him? Well, they're pitching to Benson. Let's see if it how this works out for Fairfield. But I have a feeling that Kaufman's not going to give him. He gave him one right there, and Benson sent that thing flying into left, just foul. That one fouls back, so they're pitching him pretty aggressively here. No fear in Kaufman. Well, let's see who wins this. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This Fairfield Gold team is not going to give up that fight. Play back. What a play by the pitcher. Over to first for the out. Kaufman climbed the ladder, and he gets the put out on Benson. So the 1-3 put out ends the inning. 1 hit, no runs, no errors. After 5, the score, Fairfield 10 and North Judson 9. So when we come back here, it's going to be Sin, Clark, and Abbs for Fairfield. We're down to our last inning. So we'll take a break, come back with more here on RTC4.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, so Quinn Bales is going to come back on the mound here for North Judson to pitch his last inning of eligibility. And they're going to have to get Fairfield out 1-2-3 here if they want to get a chance. They're going to get one more up at bat, but they trail 10-9. So we'll just mute it here while they get ready, and we'll get set to go here with the top of the 6th. It's going to be, did you already mute? No? Okay. It's going to be Sin, Clark, and Ab, so we'll be back. Nope, here he comes. Never mind. Sorry, I thought it would take a minute.
Just when you think you're going to get a break.
Yeah. All right. So it's been a long game, but it's been a great game. Whoever wins this game is going to be gassed. I mean, this is the second game they're going to turn right back around and play a mad Plymouth team. Plymouth wasn't happy getting beat 10-5 by Fairfield, so it's going to be a tough one. I could see Plymouth turning around and getting back up into the bracket for Monday. But we don't have, we're still a ways from getting a decision here. It's been a good back and forth battle here between Fairfield Gold and North Judson. Bales takes something off of that one, but he misses high for 2-1. There's a foul off the tent in the bleachers.
Still falling down. You can hear it.
These fans have been here before. They know baseball tournaments. They brought their tent. Never seen them set one up in the bleachers like that before, but that's a good idea. This is on that one outside. Makes the count 3-2 now to Sin. Payoff pitch. There's a shot, and that's going to be a foul, so Sin stays alive. The winner stays 4 seed. The loser of this game is the 4 seed. Okay. Gotcha. So the loser of the next game would be your 3 seed.
Correct.
And then the loser.
Whoever loses this game will play the champion, the 1 seed out of the semi-state in the
Yeah.
South.
Well, that's awesome though. That
Yeah.
whoever. I mean, if it's Fairfield or.
Fairfield Gold Coach said he's playing with free money now. He don't care.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know that.
You all right, partner? Yeah. My son's stuff
All right, so the 3-2. So yeah, we're far enough into the semi-state bracket here. The loser of this game is still going to advance, and they'll be the 4 seed coming out of the north as they start the state tournament. So both these teams are going to be moving on no matter what. So you really, Fairfield Gold, I mean, they have just impressed me. Of course, Judson doing very well too, but this younger Fairfield Gold team is very impressive. Fairfield's going to have 2 teams moving on to state. I don't know. That sounds to me like very impressive. Is that 2 teams going to state?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I would be shocked if we had done it out of the same building. I don't think it's private. I mean, I don't know that.
Yeah.
That's very shocking. State is at Monticello.
Oh, state isn't being held too far away. Just got info that it'll be in Monticello.
Two balls, 1 strike.
Ooh.
So 2-2 now to Clark. There's a shot back to the pitcher. They're going to go for 2. 1, and he dropped the ball. Okay, I was going to say the timing on that looked good, but he drops the ball. So they got the runner at second, and Clark is going to be safe at first on what they'll probably call a fielder's choice. So 1-4 fielder's choice. Clark at first with 1 out, and that brings up Braxton Abbs. Walked and struck out here so far this afternoon.
You feel like a baseball pro after this week?
I feel tired. I don't know. After the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The 10Us, and then had 1 night off and right into the 12U tournament. But it's been enjoyable. There's been a lot of very good baseball played. Bales, wild pitch. Clark moves over to second on the wild pitch. Counts 2-1 now here to Abbs. Swing and a miss on a high heater to Abbs, and that evens the count at 2-2. Oh, gets him low on the pitch, but he gets the call, strike 3. So Abbs goes down looking, and that's going to bring up the extra hitter, number 81, Ricky Marin, with 2 outs. And that one's going to go foul. So Fairfield Gold with the lead. But if they don't get any more runs across, they're going to have to hold Judson in the bottom half of the 6th. No balls, 1 strike to Marin with 2 outs, and misses on the outside. And that's going to advance Clark over to third. So run will score if Marin can get a hit. Oh, misses on that one inside. Count goes even now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. 1 on for Fairfield. And there's a foul ball. Marin stays alive. So it'd be interesting if we happen to go extra innings here because Judson is out of pitching. But they get the strikeout on Marin. He goes down looking, and that's going to do it for Fairfield here in the top of the 6th. So they're going to have to get Judson out in the bottom half of the 6th, leading 10-9 after 5.5 for Judson. Coming up, it's going to be Radke, Frazier, and McDaniel. We'll see what Judson can do. They got to come back from behind here in the bottom half. We'll take a break and be back here with more action from RTC4.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Alrighty, welcome back. We've got at least another half inning of play here in game number 16. Sorry. This one's
No, it's
gone
the
on.
86th inning. You
Yeah, it
forgot.
seems like it. This one has gone on. This has been the longest time-wise of the games that we've done. What are we at, about 2.5 now?
2.5 what?
2.5 hours?
Oh, hours?
3.5? I don't know. I lost track.
It's been 3 hours about.
3 hours.
In my head it has. No, 3:50. It's been about 2 hours.
Yeah, so Kaufman still on the mound for Fairfield and trying to hold on to a 1-run lead here as we start the bottom half of the 6th. All right, number 66, Noah Radke, the right fielder, up first, takes ball 1. Kaufman takes a little off of that, but it's high for ball 2. And just like that, 3-0 count here to Radke. And 4 pitches, and Radke takes the walk. So Judson in good shape here with their leadoff batter on base. Judson just has to score 2 here, and we're done. Brings up Damian Frazier. Frazier takes strike 1. 2 walks and a home run for Frazier. Boy, that would be a way to finish it, wouldn't it? Second home run of the night. I bet Frazier would enjoy that as well. This is low in the dirt. Radke holds it first. Kaufman struggling here to get going in the 6th. 2-1 now to Frazier. Misses on that one high and outside. Not sure how long they'll leave Kaufman in if he gets another runner on with no outs. Gets the strike to make the count full, 3-2. So Kaufman trying to battle back against Frazier here. Find that first out of the inning. And he gets him for strike 3, so big out there for Fairfield. That's a huge difference between having 2 on with no outs and having 1 on with 1 out. And that's going to bring up McDaniel. Strike 1 to McDaniel. Kaufman finding his groove here. Yeah, strike 2, so Kaufman struggled with Radke, walks him, almost walked Frazier, comes back, gets the strikeout. Now he's up 0-2 to McDaniel. Misses on that one low. There's a shot right to second. And the out, so just like that, Judson down to their last out with the pop out or the line out to second. It's going to bring up the third baseman, Tyler Fox. He popped out to right, struck out, and had a single in the 4th. Strike one now to Fox. Fairfield trying to wrap this one up. Misses low. Little drama here in the bottom half of the sixth. There's a liner, and that's just foul. Just foul off of first base, and that's going to be 1 and 2. So Tyler Fox down to his last strike. Fairfield Gold trying to close the Judson team out and move on to game number 17 here. Takes the ball inside, so 2 and 2. Count goes full now at 3 and 2. Misses on that one, so walks Fox. And Owen Tim, number 9 batter for Judson, up with 2 outs and 2 on. This is just low. This is high on that one, so 2-0 now to Tim. Leadoff batter Quentin Bales on deck for North Judson. Fairfield trying to close Judson out here in the bottom half of the sixth, but Judson with 2 on, 2 outs. Tim with a 3-0 count. Gets strike one, 3-1. No way Tim was going to swing on a 3-0 count. Probably going to be holding back here as well, but Kaufman throws it in the dirt, so he walks the bases full with 2 outs, and the leadoff batter, Quinn Bales, up to bat. So a perfect situation here for Judson with 3 on and their leadoff batter up. Chances are a single out into the outfield might end this game. So looks like we're going to get a new pitcher coming in. Is that Kirkendorfer?
Number 18.
Yep, Kirkendorfer. See, I can pick them out now just by looking at them. I've been here so long.
I just heard, or is that 19?
That's Mast. Okay, Mast, Donovan Mast, number 19.
I definitely saw an 8, but I guess it's just the font on the front is real small.
Yeah, so that's a 9. So Donovan Mast is going to come in here for Fairfield and try and get that 3rd out. 6 2/3 here, so Mast comes in. So Kaufman comes in with 2 outs. No, that's not right. That was Stoltzfus. I didn't write down when he came in, but he pitched at least 2 full innings in relief of Stoltzfus, who took a line drive to the chest. So Kaufman did a very good job, but he leaves with the bases loaded here and 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Fairfield holding on to a 1-run lead here versus Judson. And the leadoff batter for Judson, Quinn Bales, on getting ready to bat. So this will be interesting. Mast has pitched several times in the games that I've called for Gold, and at times he's done really well, and at times he struggled. So we'll see which time this is. They're going to give it to Donovan Mass to try and close things out here. Either way, the loser of this game will move on to next week's state round and be the 4th seed out of this region, North region. And that one gets away for ball 1, but the runners hold. One and one with the big strike there by Mast. High drama here in the bottom of the 6th. There's a shot to third, over the third baseman's head. One run's going to score. They're going to send the third run, and oh boy. Second run, which would be the winning run. And they're going to call the runner safe, and on that hit by Bales over the third baseman's head, 2 runs score. And North Judson comes back to win by a final of 11-10. What a great game for Fairfield. What a great tournament for this Fairfield Gold team. Maybe the way it ended wasn't the greatest, but you can't hang your heads if you're Fairfield Gold. They're going to be advancing to play in the state round, the 4 seed out of the North, so congratulations to them. For Judson, it's going to be a tough one. They got to turn right back around and come back and play a Plymouth team that's going to be hurting after they're going to be angry after a loss earlier today to Fairfield's blue team. So we'll wrap this one up and come back here in a moment with North Judson and Plymouth for our 17th and final game of the day. Not 17th of the day, but our 17th game of the tournament and our final game of the day.